average. He has a .912 save percentage. And Stephen Murphy has a 2.49 goals against average, .908 save percentage for the Belfast Giants. He is, the Belfast Giants allowed the second least amount of goals in the league. So you're looking at the best two defences here, and some fantastic forwards as well. That's the reason they're right up there at the top of the standings, these two clubs. And we're underway here with Gleeson Fournier. Makes a nice cross-ice pass there, and away is Joey Haddad. Haddad shoots, and that's a good save from Murphy, but he spilt it, and it's still there for the Devils. We've got the hot line out there of Haddad and Ulmer and Astley. In goes Steve Saviano. He's out there with James Demaray and Colin Shields, and that one will just evade Jim Vandermeer there, so Jerome Leduc will go back and collect, and then makes a nice lead pass over to Demaray, who sends that one in. A couple of changes for the Giants there while they're in the zone, and Haddad will get a hold of it for the Cardiff Devils. Joey Martin is on the ice. It's Lewis and Fournier who started on the back end, and it is Fournier now while Lewis makes a change. What a nice pass. Bentafolio shoots! It's goal! Sean Bentafolio found a way past Stephen Murphy. The Devils lead 1-0 inside a minute.
Guys, for me, this looks like a messy finish. I actually think it's a very clever finish because Bentafolio knows he doesn't have the skating stride to go to the net. He gets the shot away early, and Murphy isn't set yet. And Murphy, of course, he'd want that one back. He mishandles, but it was the speed of the release from Bentafolio that took Murphy by surprise. What a pass from Fournier, Gaz, and credit for Bentafolio for managing that blue line and staying onside.
Absolutely, and well, they have won the league, but still maybe getting a bit of the puck luck that you need at the top. It's a dream start.
That was Blair Riley who got a nice shot away. He leads the Giants in goals, and he looked good there. But here's Bentafolio into the zone, and we'll get it over to Joey Martin, but Matt Nickerson makes a nice play and takes it away from him. Derek Walser will jump in, but Bentafolio got there first, but then Nickerson can make a lead play to get the Giants out of the zone. Up on the far side is Chris Higgins. Sends that one across for Blair Riley, but he couldn't connect. Michael Forney dumped that one in. Took a bit of a bad bounce on the boards, but Andrew Hotham will recover. He's been playing a probably good 30 minutes a game, Hotham, the last few weeks. I suspect that might reduce slightly this evening.
When you say the last few weeks, you mean the last 35?
You're just counting this year?
Well, as many minutes as he was playing earlier in the season, still felt like an upward curve more recently. I think him and Richardson almost played the entirety of that third period against Sheffield.
When that puck gets out of the skates, though, just my point is how quickly Bentafolio gets that shot away. Murphy does not expect it. It looks messy, but certainly Murphy isn't set, and I think credit to Bentafolio for that.
Yeah, I take your point. Any progression forward, and Murphy's going to gobble that up. Bentafolio had the presence of mind of knowing when to take that shot. Good spot, John.
The Giants have got their third line on the ice now. Benedict and Rutherford out there with the change, at least as far as we've seen, which sees Matt Toe on there as Bounds makes a save, and it's almost works there for Benedict out front, but the Devils recover with Matthew Myers, and now Guillaume Doucette out there with Denny Carney, this third unit for the Devils. Andrew Hotham gets it to Myers, who then almost gave it away to Matt Toe, but it hopped over his stick. Here goes Scott Hotham. Sorry, that was Andrew Lord, my apologies, who fired that one through. Of course, Carney's on that big line. That's been changed with Lord recently. Oh, my apologies, actually. They've bounced up and down. It is Carney who stays on this line. Lord has gone up to that Martin line and stays there, as he did during the last couple of weeks of the title run-in. Mark Garside is out there with Ryan Martinelli on the back end for the Giants. And away they come. Good lead play, but again, it was Toe just mishandled there, and it's now there for Scott Hotham out there with Josh Batch. Carney will tip it in past Adam Keefe as the Giants get their fourth line out there, which is Boxall and Quinnell. But it's given away. Oh, it was David Bryan there, had a big chance out front. It almost caught him by as much surprise as it did everyone else in the building.
Credit to him, though, he then laid the best check of the season, unfortunately on his teammate.
Just a little look at Murphy flapped at that one again from Fournier. I wonder whether he's just a little bit shaken, as that wasn't sticking in the glove as maybe you're used to seeing from Stephen Murphy.
Giants need him playing well as well, John, with the it looks like Jackson Whistle may May not be back for the rest of the year.
Well, he has pulled out of the GB squad, which makes you think he's probably done for the year. Of course, Thomas Murdy being called up to that GB squad, and it's a shame for Jackson Whistle's rookie season in this country to end that way, because we've been thoroughly impressed with him in this building. In fact, Coach Walser has usually favoured Whistle in this building.
Mark Lewis there got ahead of Jonathan Boxell. That's a nice play from Bordelot on the boards, and it sets away Gleeson Fournier, who shoots, and it was well blocked there by Jerome Leduc. Over now for Vandermeer. He gave it up to Chris Jones, though. Will send it back in. David Bryan will cut out the play for Vandermeer, who goes up on the wing to Boxell, who then just can't find Adam Keefe. So Andrew Hotham will collect behind his own net. Almost rhymed that, didn't it? Here it is for Lane Ulmer now. Lane Ulmer into the zone. Couldn't get it away. Has another try there. Can't find a way through. Murphy was good with the pads, shutting the 5-hole that time.
He was. I take your point out, but I'm with Gaz. It looks like he's fighting the puck a little bit at the moment, and also going back, playing quite deep in that net. So Murphy just needs to collect himself. I'm sure with his veteran experience he will.
Aslin is there with Joey Haddad for the Cardiff Devils. That's a good play along the boards, though, but it's given away then by Saviano. Aslin will go back in. Takes a bit of a hit from Leduc, but it's still there for Lane Ulmer. Aslin has it now. Tries to get away from Vandermeer and gets it over to Joey Haddad with his room. Haddad looks to make a play inside and just loses out in the end, and away go the Belfast Giants, but the icing is called the tape-to-tape passing. Not quite there for the Giants right now.
No, but what we have seen is an excellent cycle once again from this Haddad, Aslin, Ulmer line. And I find it interesting. Usually Andrew Lord will start with an energy line to start a game at the puck drop. He didn't today. He put that line out. And I think that we're talking about the way the Devils can play this weekend, and they've earned the right to play the way they want to. I think that was just a nod to that line to say, you know what, guys, you were the catalyst for that run-in. Here's go and show these, show the Giants what you got.
A little bit of a chat around the face-off circle here, but Joey Martin in the end wins it from James Demaray, and it's sent into the zone. But the Giants do well there on the far side. Shields will chase, but Andrew Lord has it now. Lord over to Joey Martin, looks to pull a move, gets it inside, but it's given away. And Derek Walser makes a nice lead play to Blair Riley. Riley looking to score backhand, but it was saved by Ben Bounds. In the skates of Higgins it was, so in the end all he could do was get it back to his defenseman Derek Walser. Walser goes over to Matt Nickerson, and Nickerson will make a play to Michael Forney. And the Giants struggling a little to get the puck in and establish zone time, but they might have a chance here now. But again, the Devils just win those board battles and will come away with Sean Bentafolio played it past himself. What a fine play. And then he looks to set away Andrew Lord, who's in, but it was offside, so we'll get a whistle.
Gaz, to your point, you go back to that splitting up of Lane Ulmer and Sean Bentafolio, two great friends, two great teammates who were producing points at the time, but maybe were trying to get each other going to the detriment of themselves. And as soon as they were split, the Devils got chemistry on two lines and really achieved Andrew Lord's objective of having that depth of scoring, which perhaps the Devils haven't had during the last two title run-ins. And Sean Bentafolio has been a huge part of that.
Yeah, I think there was a case in the end that they were maybe just being taken out of games, and when you spread their influence across the team.
Out front it was Toe, and it was well saved there with the left pad of Ben Bounds. Guillaume Doucette does well and will get it out of the zone. Matt Toe, he's had a couple of potential well, one chance there and one that hopped over his stick earlier. Toe, he's benefiting being on this unit. Is there for Doucette now, but that's a good play from Martinelli.
Perhaps the sign of the pressure being slightly off the Devils. They are looking to make plays in their own zone. A couple of times it's almost cost them.
I think somebody almost tried to headbutt the puck there in the crowd.
I wouldn't recommend it. I don't miss the pucks flying at us. This season has been much, much more relaxed in that respect.
Shout out to Tyson Marsh if he's watching.
He almost got us. Right to that last game, he almost got us.
The Devils win the draw. It's with Andrew Hoffman through traffic. It's still there out front. Murphy's down, and Bordelot couldn't put it away, but he was a good screen there, and he almost found a way through. With Mark Richardson now. Richardson with a move on the blue line has space, and we'll go to Andrew Hoffman. Hoffman winds, fires. It was well blocked out front, and away comes Jonathan Boxhill here. dumps it in for Michael Quinnell to chase. Up against Andrew Hotham. Adam Keefe is on the near side, waiting. But it's kept in the corner, and the Giants do well there, just to get it back to Vandermeer. Now Adam Keefe. Keefe winds, and it was well blocked out front, and the Devils can come away now. Luke Piggott gets a go on this fourth line. He'll send it in, and chasing that is Joey Martin off the bench.
Guys, we were talking before the game. Interesting that Quinnell playing as the forward on that fourth line, not Mark Garside. Of course, Al, you pointed out he's been doing it for a few weeks, but tribute to Mark Garside, just how much he's grown as a defenseman, that Coach Walser decides to go with him on the D, and Quinnell goes as a forward.
Scott Hotham there will try and get that one away from Desmarais. You get a bit of help as well from Bentivoglio, but Walser got it and sent it back in for Saviano. Josh Batch did well, and now Scott Hotham will get that around the boards. Saviano, apologies, Walser will put pressure on Bentivoglio, and away it goes. Saviano around the outside and does well. He's got good speed as Saviano, but he couldn't get by the big presence of Josh Batch, who gobbled that puck up and sent it out of the zone. No icing. So Matt Nickerson will make a play over to Derek Walser, but he mishandled, and Chris Higgins has got work to do. And so has Walser, as the Giants are just getting stuck overplaying the puck in their own zone right now. And Gleason Fournier will pick up the pieces. Gets it in, and the Devils can establish something again. Up against Matt Nickerson. Bump comes in there on Joey Haddad, but... And it is Blair Riley who's running around a little bit, trying to get his team going, but here's Haddad, who shot high and wide that time. Now with Mark Lewis. Lewis looks to step in, and falling over there on the far side was Chris Higgins. And Forney will get it in. Mark Lewis with a nice lead pass. Here's Joey Haddad into the zone. Haddad shoots, and it was Murphy who saved the puck that time and gobbled it up.
I like that from Riley, though, and to his credit, I think he pulled out of that first hit. It could have been a lot worse, and he probably saw he was facing the numbers. I felt he eased up, but then it was a good hit the second time around, and trying to bring a little bit of life to his team, and credit to him for that.
And I think this game needs a big hit at the moment, doesn't it? It's very good with the puck on the stick from both teams. Just needs that little bit of needle.
Absolutely. Guillaume Doucette there, try to get one away off the draw, but he'll chase it again now. Martinelli there gets it away from Carney, but only as far as Mark Richardson. Back with Denny Carney now, takes a bump from Martinelli, and away come the Belfast Giants. James Desmarais, my apologies, Rutherford it is, David Rutherford, but Matt Toe was offside, and he doesn't like that call, does he? There we go. Shake of the head from you two. I agree that, sorry guys, have you got a...
I was going to say he looks incredulous.
He did. He looked incredulous.
I think his hair looks fine.
What's going on here? You'd never guess that the title is over. That's no icing, so Mark Richards got to go all the way back. And that's good speed there from David Rutherford, and he does put a hit in on Mark Richardson. He wins the battle for the Giants. That's good play from him. Garside steps in and sends it around, and Matt Toe will chase. Toe's getting more ice time as well on this third line. He seems to be enjoying it so far. Absolutely right, Gaz, to your last point though in the break. But just do with a little hit here or there, and very, very nice to watch so far, but perhaps a little unrecognisable from most Devils Giants games we've seen so far this season.
Well, the Giants just weren't going to let the Devils out of their own zone there. There was almost a little bit of a standoff with Adam Keefe refusing to go past the circle, and in the end the Devils looked to go for that long stretch pass to Chris Jones and result in his icing. So the Giants did their job there and forced the Devils into a mistake, and now if they win this offensive zone face-off, have a chance to go to work.
So it's a little bit stop-start at the moment, and we'll have another try now, see if we can get some play in. The Devils win the draw again. That's been a key, especially the last 2 or 3 weeks of the season, I thought, down the stretch. The ability of the Devils in the face-off circle. Adam Keefe then tries to put a hit in on Mark Richardson, but I think perhaps at a different point in the season that might have been a heavier hit from Adam Keefe. David Bryan has a hold of the puck now, sends it in. It's blocked away by Stephen Murphy. Ricocheted over to the boards. And it's back with Gleason Fournier. He takes a bump from Jonathan Boxall, who'll play the same way, whatever. Now Mark Lewis. Lewis sends it in, and Jerome Leduc will have to chase that one. And we'll give it away to Gleeson Fournier. Fournier then takes a bit of a hack on the way through from Jonathan Boxhill, and Bentivoglio will come in and help out, and then Joey Martin. Oh, that was a nice bit of tic-tac-toe there from Martin and Fournier. And Fournier has a bit of room to skate now. Into the zone he goes, drops it off for Andrew Lord, the player coach. Slap shot in, and it's well saved by Stephen Murphy, but it just felt to me, that shot from Andrew Lord, as though if he was saying, let's get a bit more direct here, let's try and put a bit more venom into this one.
Maybe, and I think you're also seeing the Devils I've not been afraid in recent weeks to take a hit to make a play, but I get the sense today there's a little bit more of self-preservation when going into those battles. Again, they've earned the right to do that, but it's up to the Giants to drag them into that, because I think the Giants do like a game that gets a little bit scrappy, a little bit dirty.
So Bentivoglio gets it around the boards. It's Andrew Lord there in a battle with James Desmarais. Lord uses the big body to shield the puck well. Just missed Joey Martin. Matt Nickerson will just put a nice bump in there on Sean Bentivoglio, but he got there first, and it's with Andrew Lord. Back to the point, fired in there. Murphy again, looking a little bit more assured this time, blocking it away. But that will be icing for not the first time this period.
Al, you referenced Jonathan Boxhill a moment ago, and continues to impress as a player, and always like a player who's prepared to go away from his comfort zone to get experience. Of course, he's actually Ascot born, so very nice part of the country. Swindon Junior, but obviously he went to North America, he went to Nottingham, he was prepared to move from a successful Panthers team to perhaps go and get more ice time at the Giants, and always been a big fan of Jonathan Boxhill, and he's very articulate, very intelligent, thinks the game very well. The
Devils recently have been very, very good at not allowing sides out of the zone and winning turnovers on the opposition side's blue line. They did it again there, it didn't work out for them that time, but we're going to get an offside here. But Gaz, that's been a real feature actually down the stretch for the Devils, and one they'll look to continue employing into the playoffs.
Yes, absolutely, and it's one I actually think started with the fourth line way back in that Coventry third period, where they really upped the tempo on that forecheck, and I just think a strong forecheck just brings a building alive as well, doesn't it? When you're throwing hits and you're winning those battles, and the whole arena can start to feel that something special's happening.
Look at that play from Andrew Hotham, the kind of play only he can make perhaps, and Joey Haddad got a shot away, and again, straight back in the zone go the Cardiff Devils, offensive zone face-off. Well, you can tell it's the end of the season because John and Gaz never short of a word or two, but that time already, even in the first period, nothing to say there.
I've given too many compliments to Joey Haddad, so when I saw it was his shot, I just...
Blair Riley will get that one into the zone, and he's there with Michael Forney. Riley will take a big bump from Joey Haddad there, then we get a bit of a hack and a whack, and that was a nice physical battle between two big players. And then we return to the pedestrian pace from prior to that ball battle.
But if it is pedestrian, I think Riley has come to play tonight. He's looking to make hits, he's looking to get his team going. Very impressed with him so far.
Riley it is, he'll try and get that one in, and down goes Matthew Myers. It's Brandon Benedict who has it. We know he can hustle, and he'll benefit from being out there for the moment with Riley, who shoots, and it was well saved from bounds. Still a chance out front, they score! Chris Higgins makes it 1-1.
And again, I think it's kudos to Riley there. After he gets his first shot off and bounce saves, he just continues to drive to the net, drive to the skating lane. Okay, I think he was attempting to go for goal on his backhand shot, and it was a little bit of a lucky ricochet to Chris Higgins, but Riley showing the intensity to drive to the net. Then Higgins, we know he's one of the most skilled players in the league, with his back to goal, turning, spinning on the backhand side, and a lovely finish that Ben Bounds had no chance of. Great goal there from the Belfast Giants. Well worked by both Riley and Higgins.
Yeah, absolutely. You put the puck on net, and good things usually happen, as they did there. And Higgins gets another goal in this building.
Rutherford for Benedict, who shoots and didn't find a way through. We're going to get our first penalty on the play. It was Chris Higgins who had the goal for the Belfast Giants. It was his 19th of the season, and it is Benedict who got an assist. And anyone else get it? I'm assuming Riley.
Well, I would assume Riley, but as regular viewers will know, I'm wrong most of the time.
Well, we've got a bit of atmosphere in the building now, which is nice. And it is a penalty kill. The Cardiff Devils will go on. Josh Batch is going to sit for 2. The referee is Dean Smith, who called that one. And it's Matthew Rose. We don't have the other linesman's name on our game sheet, gents. I don't know if any of you can shed any light on it.
It's Lee Young.
Lee Young it is. No idea why he's not on the game sheet. Anyway, here's Derek Walter. Walter gets that to Steve Saviano. Down low they go now, and they'll try and work it from there. Back to Derek Walter, quarterback in the power play. Walter take the shot for don't know how long, and the Devils will get a chance on the penalty kill. You're looking at a fine power play here for the Belfast Giants as well. Fired in again, it's just out front, Bounds parried it away with the stick, and Joey Martin can get there and kill some valuable time, but he didn't get it deep.
That's a really good save from Bounds, sorry. Shields actually gets a redirection on that puck.
And a little bit of luck as well for the Devils. With 1:20 left in the power play, they can get a change. And Bordelow looks like he's hunting for prey, and indeed he does. It's Chris Higgins who bought a little bit of that one, but made a good pass back into his own zone anyway. Here come the Giants again. Riley to Forney, but he gave it up because it was a bad pass from Riley, and the Devils can just kill a bit more time with Mark Lewis. Patrick Bordelow is causing all sorts of problems there, but Murphy did well to handle the puck. But again, that's just enabled the Devils to push the Giants back in their own blue line. 44 seconds left on the power play for the Belfast Giants. Blair Riley will send it in over to the far side for Chris Higgins, but it went all the way round in the end to Vandermeer. And here's Michael Forney now, big unit on the ice for the Belfast Giants. Good stick on the play there from Mark Richardson that time. What a player he is. And out of the zone it goes as well, away from Jerome Leduc. 20 seconds left for the Giants on this power play. Can they fashion one more opportunity here? Riley gets it to Michael Forney. Forney, though, gave it up. And Forney's given a few pucks up in the neutral zone in this one so far. And we know what a threat he is in front of goal, but he'll look to be a bit stronger on the puck. That one almost given away again. The Devils are back to full strength, having killed that one with relative ease.
Well, that first sort of 20-25 seconds of the power play was pretty good from the Giants. They had zone time, they moved the puck well from side to side, but then it really did break down and they didn't get any setup at all.
A little bit more intensity as Desmarais shoots, and it was a wicked shot that Bounds saved there. Garside sends it back in, and it took a deflection, but wide of Bounds. Bentivoglio got it to Martin. Lord is there, and he'll have to check back to get it and just dump that one in. But that Giants goal and the ensuing power plays definitely brought more life into the game, and indeed the crowd.
Yeah, I think the Devils love a penalty kill, don't they? They love rolling up their sleeves and protecting their netminder. So I think you get a bit of momentum when you have a good kill. Let's see where it takes this game.
Right now it's taking them over to their own half boards, but they do get it out of the zone, and Garside will go back to Martinelli. Martinelli looks to make a play, and Rutherford will chase the deflected puck. Scott Hotham, though, Rutherford there comes in hard, but Scott Hotham got the puck away from him. Over to Lane Ullman now, but Nickerson got it up to Matt Toe. And it was Benedict there who just hacked down Joey Haddad, but it was right behind referee Dean Smith. And clever play from Benedict, because without eyes in the back of his head, there was no way Dean Smith would have seen it. Here is Benedict. Gets it in. Bump on Ulmer on the far side. And the Devils will just maybe calm things down with 4 minutes left and try and build their own play as the Giants have come more into this one. Denny Carney with a nice cross-ice play. Mark Richardson, Guillaume Doucette. Now Matthew Myers. Myers. Again, what a pass that was from Myers. It's there for Richardson, who fires, and well saved by Murphy. Carney was out front in a battle with Leduc, and that's a good hit from Nickerson on Myers. Still there, though, for Denny Carney. Carney up along the boards with Michael Forney. In goes Derek Walter, but the Devils wrestle it back. It's away from Guillaume Doucette, though, and away goes Chris Higgins. Now Blair Riley into the zone, 2-on-1 if he can make it work. Riley shoots, good save, looking for the shot. We're going to get a call on the play, though, as Riley was hooked, and Riley all the way there looking for that deflection for Higgins coming in on the back door.
The most impressive performer on the ice for either team tonight has probably been number 25 of the Giants, Blair Riley, and for a bigger man, his speed was pretty good there, just took him away from the Devils, and Andrew Hotham maybe being caught a little bit wrong side, had to put the stick into the midriff, and absolutely fair penalty call. And from the Devils having a very good start to then going through that pedestrian period as you referenced that, Al. I think the Giants are probably, fair to say, have had the better of the last 6 or 7 minutes.
They keep it in the zone there well through Derek Walser. Shields will get it to James Desmarais. 2 high-quality power play units here for the Giants. Out front it is, but Shields couldn't get a hold of it, and the Devils will clear. 1:40 left for the Giants then. They'll go again with Saviano, and now Desmarais. Desmarais goes back to Saviano, who goes back to Desmarais. Out front it is, another chance there, and goodness me. Couldn't get on to the end of it. Here's Saviano, back to the point. Well, they score, but there's a man in the crease. It was Colin Shields as David Rutherford put it away. It was a fabulous goal if you take away the crease infraction.
I'd like to have another look at that one. I think Shields moves out of there pretty quickly, and as that puck was going into the net, was on the outside of the blue paint. And was it Rutherford who came then from behind the net, took the slap pass and put it in? I might be wrong, but I think that could have been a little bit of a harsh decision. But
it was a very early whistle, John, wasn't it? So
it was. And you did just say prior to that you don't know what you're talking about, John.
Absolutely, as my wife tells me every day.
Let's have another look at it, shall we?
Yeah, it was early. It was right at the start.
He's in motion there, and he's just battling from net front possession. By the rule book, I guess Dean Smith's got that one right, but happens 10 a penny in games. I think the Giants can consider themselves a little unfortunate there.
1 minute left on the power play then. The Giants do get a hold of it. Leduc, what a play that was! The Forney there, but he couldn't put it away. Forney's not been quite to the races for me in this one. Perhaps he'd like to have put that one away. What a fine pass it was through traffic that time, but it was blocked out front by Billy O'Reilly, and the Devils will get a chance to clear. They might have an opportunity here. It was Patrick Bordelow who was away behind Jim Vandermeer, but they couldn't get the puck to him. 35 seconds left on the power play and the 2 minutes on the period. Here's Chris Higgins going to the net. Is Blair Riley, who tries to get something on that, but it was straight wide of him. Vandermeer now. To Riley. Now back to Leduc. Down low they go. To Higgins. Out front is a chance for Blair Riley, but he couldn't get onto it. 13 seconds left. And it's given up. And David Bryan can clear and go for a change as the Devils have all but killed this one.
Yeah, decent couple of kills for the Devils in this first period. They'd rather their power play unit be outstretching its legs, but as I mentioned in the last one, you can build momentum with penalty kills. Let's see if the Devils can build on theirs.
We have 1 minute 10 seconds left of this first period. James Desmarais into the zone he goes. Makes a nice play as well with the breaks there, and then we'll go over to Ryan Martinelli, who shoots, it's deflected, a nasty bounce out front, and the Devils clear with a good hand-eye coordination from Joey Martin. He iced the puck, and now we're going to get a replay of the goal that was, I believe.
Yeah, this secondary play by Riley, I think he's trying to put that on net, obviously, but I'm impressed by the fact that he didn't stay, he wasn't static, he wasn't motionless. He drove to the net after this initial shot and recycled the play. A little bit of luck, but what a finish by Higgins, and scores so many silky goals like that.
Bentivoglio got that one out of the zone, so there's a delayed offside here, and out of the zone it will come. And we are 46 seconds away from the end of a fairly pretty but mostly ponderous first period. Would you agree, Gaz?
Yes, I'd say that that it's been good to watch in patches, but ultimately the intensity is down a notch to what we're used to from these two teams.
Rutherford shoots, it was well blocked by Gleason Fournier. Andrew Lord has it. There might be a chance here for Bentivoglio, who was looking to on the play on the shoulder really of the last Giants defenseman this evening, and it was good work from Walser in the end. Here's Rutherford, and yeah, he'll get it as far as Fournier. We're seeing a lot of back and forth here in and around the neutral zone. There's another icing, and I think we're already in this arena, we used to see it all the time in the tent, of course, but in this one, this is building up to be a period leader, I would say, John.
Well, for the Devils, and I echo your point, Al, from both sides, it's been pretty hockey at times during this period. I'd like an Andrew Lord or a Patrick Bourdalow to step up and make a hit, Gaz, simply because I think at the moment the Devils are a bit passive in that department, and as a result, the game's become pretty passive, the crowd's become pretty passive, so I suspect in the second period Andrew Lord might rally the troops.
I'd just like to point out the only thing more boring than an icing call is having to count how many there's been.
Away goes Joey Haddad into the zone, no offside, we've got 5 seconds left, so I suspect nothing will happen. And that was a shame, really, to be proven right. As the period ends, it's a 1-1 game. The Devils got an early lead inside the first minute through Sean Bentavolio. Got a sharp, intelligent shot away early on Stephen Murphy, who mishandled and let it through his glove. And then we saw the Giants hit back through Chris Higgins off the nice play from Blair Riley, who's been their best player in the first period. And then a couple of Giants power plays, which maybe fashioned 1 or 2 reasonable chances, but aside from that, the Devils will be pleased with their penalty kill. And thank goodness that the Zorb football is here to save us.
Who I believe is laid up still by his leg injury, and Dave, we wish you well. Hopefully we're not annoying you too much tonight as we are the rest of the population. We hope you're enjoying the game and get well soon. You missed behind the net, putting on that red light.
He said he's all vigored out, so he is listening to us.
Devils then with a long stretch pass tipped in, and this will be for Martin to chase. He'll get there. Martin turns, finds Lord. Lord looking for Bentavolio as we see a Belfast Giants player lose his footing, and the Giants get it out of the zone. Only as far as Andrew Hawthorne with a lovely backhand play for Lord. Lord fires it across, and it can't be put in at the back stick. Bentavolio was looking for that puck and just couldn't get there.
John, anything in the fact that Andrew Lord puts himself out for that first shift, maybe just to try and get things going a bit?
Yeah, possibly just looking to drive an energy shift there. It was nice patience on that pass, and almost caught the Devils player on the back door. Interestingly though, the 3 Devils forwards were caught down low, and the Giants had a 3-on-2 going the other way, but Stephen Murphy chose to push the net off and emphasise to the referee it was off its moorings. A couple of the Giants players looked around in a little bit of disgust there, because they had a scoring chance.
Higgins off the boards, trying to find Forney and can't. Haddad with a lovely pass. Here's Asselin. Asselin fires wide. Here's Haddad. Oh, it's Asselin again, I should say. Asselin trying a little pass. Couldn't find Haddad. Forney. Riley. Ulmer in a battle with Riley and comes away with it, but the Devils turn it over. And now they have a rush of their own. Asselin just waits, and it's come across the shins of Higgins and comes all the way back down to bounds.
It's all a bit stodgy out there, isn't it? Plays are being made a lot slower than we've seen at every other parts during the regular season. Patrick Asselin is one of the most skilled guys in the league. His just thought process there was a little slower, which perhaps you can understand, but certainly it's not the intensity of hockey we've become used to and we've become so enthusiastic for this season.
Is it time to start inviting pet pictures in?
Well, Ado gives us the thumbs up here, because we know how much our director loved the pet pictures last time around.
It was a big hit when the Devils played Edinburgh. At Icetime TV, if you'd like to tweet us pictures of your pets watching the game, we'll look at them in the period break.
If they're wearing a shirt as well, that'll be, as Bounds makes the save, that will be most welcome. Richardson forward. Off the boards to Carney. Well, the Giants turn it over now.
Kenwyn's got to send one in, and he responds to every challenge we send out.
He's going to buy a goldfish right now to pets at home. Vandermeer. Puts that one on Bounds, and that was a ricochet off the paddle of Bounds that goes up into the netting. There'll be a face-off in the Devil's zone.
Well, I must admit that I suspected we'd see more energy in this period, and like you, Al, with Andrew Lord leading that first shift, I thought he was going to breathe life into this game, but it's still a little off the pace. And perhaps you can understand that both teams know this regular season is done and gearing up for the playoffs. But Gaz, I echo your point earlier, it's very hard to turn form on and off, so it's striking a fine balance.
Giants win the draw, and Walso with a rocket goes wide. Nickerson. Shields will pick this up. You get the sense in this game that the gears are there for the Giants to go up. They've got a lot of pace in this team, a lot of skill in their forward lines, and you feel there's more in their tank, and it's slowly getting there for them. Saviano just has a little bit of a slip before releasing the pass. Now it's fallen to Demaray, and Demaray can't find Shields, but Shields finds Saviano. Lewis off the glass.
Still no pet pictures yet, guys. I'm flabbergasted. We've gone through two plays and two periods of play, and we've not had one pet picture in. Remember, at Icetime TV, if you've got them wearing a Giants or a Devils jersey or a scarf perhaps as well, please get them in. And we look forward to
Higgins with a shot that goes wide of bounds, and now that puck is going all the way back on. Another icing call here, and yeah, this one's been contested, but much like the first period, more of these icing calls that occur, the more it is showing you what type of game it is.
Before we go back to the pet pictures, I am going to throw a serious question at you guys, because you were there, and also Belfast Giants fans listening in. That Friday night game in Belfast, as you referenced, was that the night the Devils potentially broke the back of the title success? The Giants, of course, a few goals up.
Backhand play by Riley, and Bounds had to be alert to it again. Riley with his back to goal, making that play, and the instinct in and around the net on this line with Riley and Higgins is a joy to behold as a dad puts that in on Murphy, and Murphy pads it away. Andrew Hotham, and another good save from Murphy, and Martinelli is the one who ushers it away. Higgins over the blue line. You know his stick handling is, and Bounds has to make the save as the net is very much off. I mean, I've never seen a net more off its moorings than it currently is.
Chris Higgins continues to dazzle there, but you know, it's all ifs, buts and maybes. But Gaz, you were there. If the Devils don't make that third period comeback and win that Friday night game, as Alid just looks full of glee as he's seen some pictures come in, but if the Devils don't come back in that third period, the context of the season, or the season finish, could have been so much different.
Oh, unbelievable, John. You just think of that, a split weekend would have given the Giants much more of an edge, and you wonder, would Belfast have lost that game against Sheffield on that Friday? Did losing those two games put that element of doubt in the Giants' mind that they could win the big one? You know, it's not just about results. Sometimes it's the damage psychologically. The manner of the two wins were what the Devils did to the Giants that weekend. It's fascinating to watch, both at the time and the fallout from it, as the Devils And now there's going to be a cross-checking penalty called. The Devils are in possession, but it's actually the Giants that are going to go in the box. It's Benedict, and the Devils will enjoy their first power play of the game.
Did he blow that play because Carney's in the crease? I suspect. As you say, Gaz, with the Devils in possession, I was looking around for a Devils offence there, but it's Random Benedict who's going to sit for 2 minutes for cross-checking. I only suspect that Denny Carney was perhaps in the crease, and as we know, Dean Smith's been very hot on that tonight.
Giants have got the best power play, or penalty kill in the league, I should say. The Devils the best power play. So this is an intriguing battle. And of course, on that Saturday night in Belfast, it was the power play which won the game for the Devils in the end with Andrew Hotham's game winner.
Richardson fans on that, but it falls a bit of volume. Lovely play, backhand in the net. It's off his moorings. I think Murphy also made the save in that is what he did. There's the puck. That's an excellent save, regardless of whether the net moved or not. That is a fantastic save from Stephen Murphy.
That was a fabulous save from Murphy there. He's so good with the pads though, isn't he? Just that butterfly style, the way he got his legs there to the post to cover the shot. And again, square to the shooter the whole time and strong in his crease.
Lord wins the draw, but it's a bit too hot for Andrew Hotham at the blue line on Richardson. He sort of splits the D and they go again. Andrew Hotham. Lays it off. But it's the Giants who cut it out. Now they have a short-handed chance. Riley tries to cut into ice and he can't, and that pass pings off the skate of Fournier and into the crowd. There's 1:21 left on the power play.
I'd love to bring you some pet news during the breaks in play here, but we will have to wait for the period break because Ado, our director, is unfamiliar with the word and the concept of joy. His hand is hovering over the mute button, so I shall wait until the break in play, or the period break.
Keefe and Asselin had a coming together there. There was a high hit there. And now here come the Devils to try and set up on the power play again. Asselin just lays that off to go to the point, and Alma picks it up. Scott Hotham plays the puck in, and it comes deflected wide, and now here's Asselin. Scott Hotham. Fournier with a strive, and it's Murphy with a pad save. Fournier's pass is loose, and the Giants will clear out. It's 30 seconds remaining on the power play for the Devils. Another turnover. Martinelli now cutting down the seconds. This crowd is buoyed by this power play though, as Alma steps over the blue line. 15 seconds remaining. Haddad can't collect it. Saviano can't collect it. The Devils keep it in the zone. And the Devils have to be careful here, as the Giants are going to come out the box. It's a 2-on-1. Shot by Shields, and Bounds is equal to it. Another rapping shot from the blue line, and once again, Bounds makes the pad save.
Goodness me, Leduc has got a bomb there from the blue line. Shields as well, with all his goal scoring this year. You'd have maybe bet on him making Bounds work a little harder there, but Bounds, in the end, it was straight at Bounds who made a good save, and it was a timely save for the Devils on the breakaway. The Devils had an opportunity at the end of that power play, again because of Bounds' stick handling in his own zone. He's been so good playing the puck, and he set up the Devils there while the Giants were not making a bad change, but the transition was good.
Josh Batch is turned over by Matt Toe. Lovely little slap pass that was into the center of the slot area there. Garcia, very, very clever play, but it's an icing call. The Devils have to send it all the way down to the other end of the ice.
Leduc is a joy to watch, isn't he? He's absolutely fantastic on the back end, and hopefully he will stay in this league. You just wonder, was he quite the player the Giants needed in their title run-in? Perhaps that forward, goal-scoring forward impact player, probably not available. So great to see him in the league, such a stylish performer, but perhaps the Giants just needed something else.
Benedict. His pass was just too hot for Rutherford to pick up. And now it's going to be a tripping call on the play here. The Giants will go back on the power play. Martinelli with a shot and Bounds plucks that out of the air.
Yeah, and we've seen a little bit of an up in the intensity, just like we did, I suppose, after the power plays in the first period the Giants have. We've seen the same here after the Devils' power play. And I suppose it's little plays like that. There's perhaps a little bit of frustration out there, a couple of players just coming together, and Rutherford at the centre of it, and maybe a call the Devils don't like as well. And sometimes it's those kind of things which you can just spark something and get those competitive juices flowing, John.
Absolutely.
Gaz is having a good look at the pets.
Puck comes at the blue line, Vandermeer. Giants will be looking to get on the board on the power play. They've had a few opportunities already tonight. Forney. Forney once more. Quick puck movement, Leduc. Vandermeer with the play, and he's come off a couple of skates and Bounds has to track it. But again, quick puck movement at Leduc feeding Vandermeer at the point there.
His pass release, Leduc, is just so quick. It's there's no sort of corralling, stopping of that puck. It's all done in motion. He receives the puck, he gets it off quickly, and it must be great to play on the back end with him and perhaps be the recipient of that for a one-timer. Interestingly, obviously lining up as a forward on this power play. He's a multi-talented player.
Giants win the draw. Vandermeer with a shot, and Bounds makes another save. Vandermeer, of course, scored a power play goal down here in the Challenge Cup semi-final first leg.
Just whether they'll run the same play again, guys, but the reason Leduc is lining up as a winger is that once Riley wins the draw, there's a rotation. Riley goes to the net. We don't see it there because Riley doesn't win the draw cleanly, but Riley will drive the net, Leduc will rotate round and get back to the point, and it's just a complete rotation of all the Giants players, and it must be hard to provide coverage against that.
Good spot, John, as the Giants look to set up again. Leduc, power play goal against the Devils in the SSC arena on his debut. And this will get to Bryan. He has Bordelow up for support as well. Bryan just with a slap shot, and this might fall for him again. It doesn't. A big stick of Bordelow ensures that the puck stays at that end for a little bit longer. 45 seconds remain on the power play. Higgins. Forney. Higgins again gets the puck caught in his skate a little bit. Now here's Walter at the blue line, and he had to take a few more seconds, which allowed Martin to deflect that puck over.
Just going to bring attention to the intelligence of David Bryan again there with the shot that he made. He made Stephen Murphy work there really hard as well, but he also made the shot again to that far side, potentially looking for the deflection out to Patrick Bordelow was coming in, but also then just the quality of shot meant that the puck stayed in and around Murphy and caused the Giants problems. At the other end, Ben Bounds, at least so far, he shouldn't have played against Sheffield into last week, or, well, in terms of his health perhaps, he battled through the pain, but he's showing no ill effects to us anyway tonight.
And that is a loose pass, which is going to cause an icing call at exactly 10 minutes remaining.
Been a long 10 minutes, guys.
The moment Paul Sullivan lives for, though. Are we going to get a rendition of Halfway There by Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer? He's panicking, he's looking.
There are many joys in the job of Paul Sullivan for the Cardiff Devils, but one that he cherishes possibly more than any other is waiting to see if we get a stoppage at exactly 10 minutes during the second period break so he can play We're Halfway There, which is, of course, Living on the Prairie by Bon Jovi. I've incorrectly labelled the song straight away in that story. But nonetheless,
Well, it's that line from the song, though, isn't it?
Certainly is, Al. Thank you.
Yes. I'm sure there are other songs where say we're halfway there, but perhaps not as famous as that particular one. Known to.
If you know any songs with halfway there in the title, add Ice Time TV.
And if your dog can hum it or bark it, even better. As there's a shot coming in on Bounds, and he makes the save. The Devils get it out, and the power play has ended for the Giants, and Asselin snakes his way out and dumps it in. Ulmer, he's got support at the point. He fires right across, and it's there! Bentavolio from an Ulmer feed. The Devils regain the lead, 2-1.
And I noticed there that Matt Toe slapped his stick on the ice in disgust. I suspect it was he who lost coverage at the back door there, but what a great seam pass from Liam Ulmer, picking out Bentavolio, who had got inside position on his marker, takes it on the forehand, goes to the backhand. Stephen Murphy has no chance. It's a beautiful goal from the Cardiff Devils, but we'll have to wait for the replay to see how that coverage broke down from the Giants, because certainly Bentavolio shouldn't have got inside position like that.
Bentavolio's second in the game, is 17th of the season in the league, and it's those two reunited again, isn't it, for that moment, Ulmer and Bentavolio, and they made it happen. The next break of play, gents, I said I would leave the pets till the end of the period. I want to draw attention to one in particular in the next break of play.
Here is Walser for the Giants. Another turnover there, and Doucette tries to find Carney, but can't. Now they could come the Giants. Walser lays it for Higgins, and maybe that goal, other than maybe it won't be a hit, maybe it'll be that goal for Bentavolio, which is the catalyst for the intensity to up in this game. This building certainly seems to have a lot more energy in it. Lovely play there, and it's Leduc, and his shot doesn't make it to Bounds. Richardson stops it, and it does stay in at the blue line. Devils chip it off the boards, and there's a heavy hit there from Matthew Myers on Keith. Keith responds, as he so often does, and loses his stick. Denny Carney there, maybe knowing a bit more than he let on.
That one pet and accompanying a very, very special person watching the game, John, tonight. We wanted to highlight that straight away.
Absolutely, a gorgeous looking Rocco, and of course Blake. Blake Wheels, probably the greatest player in the history of the Belfast Giants, I believe. It was a lovely moment this week when he got on the official game sheet, a goal scorer, and was on Elite Prospects. I noticed his story this year has been so courageous. We've seen a lot of great stories with Scott Matska this year, but Blake really has been inspiring. We hope you're enjoying the game.
Blake was on the Giants roster when I got the stats earlier up today as well.
And with the Devils looking to move into Europe in the Champions Hockey League, we could do with a goal scorer. But I have a feeling that they will be a Belfast Giant forever. And it's great to see him watching on Ice Time TV tonight. It's a joy to have you. Here's the Giants, and there it is! It's gone right through Bounds! Vandermeer. His shot goes all the way through, and there's a little bit of afters here. Saviano and Scott Hotham. But it's 2-2.
Yeah, Ben Bounds knows immediately that that's a slightly lazy play on that goal, which we haven't seen all season from him, as we are going to have some calls on this play. But Bounds goes to stick that puck to the corner, as he's done a million times this season, and just misjudges the trajectory of that puck altogether. It goes under the stick and into the net, and we've got a tied hockey game. So you don't see many Ben Bounds mistakes, but that could potentially lead to the game-tying goal, although we've got a little bit of a conference call at centre ice with the officials.
The linesman has actually brought this to the referee's attention, so I wonder what's been seen, or...
Well, the goal judge is being called round again. We should perhaps emphasise the goal judge is being called round by the referee, not going round by of her own volition. But we know Janine is a very, very good goal judge, But I'd be interested to see what the call is on this, because certainly I didn't notice anything untoward.
Well, there was something after the play, but I think that was just a bump between Saviano and Scott Hotham. I'm not sure there was a lot in that. This is obviously related to something before the play, though.
It's the linesman that's brought it to the attention of referee Dean Smith, and here's the replay. Let's see if we can spot what is...
Are we saying it hit both posts and come out? I think that's behind the line, but hopefully we'll have a second angle. There's potential there. Did it hit both posts and come out?
It's been given, but in the meantime, while we watch this, by the way.
Yeah, that hits the
definitely
side
in.
net. That's a good goal. And another correct decision from the Cardiff Devils goal judge.
So yeah, that must be the only thing that I can think that the Devils were contested. It hit both posts and came back out, but no, absolutely not.
That's worth a look.
That was worth a look, absolutely. But the correct call was made on the ice, so credit to the referee and the goal judge. Ben Bounds would want that one back, but we've got a fresh hockey game again with the Giants coming back for the second time tonight.
Here they come, the Giants. Higgins. Fournier with a loose pass. It is picked up by Garside. And Bounds will nestle that into his glove.
The goal was Jim Vandermeer from Jerome Leduc and Colin Shields, and perhaps the easiest assists Leduc and Shields will get.
So replay here, Benevolio's all alone on the back door, and it's Toe that comes into the play late, and this is where Toe slashes the ice in frustration, just coverage breaking down there. Too easy a pass to make for Ulmer to Benevolio.
Mark Lewis sends that one all the way up. Martinelli does well to cut it out. And here's Mark Lewis again. Does like a goal against the Belfast Giants, does Mark Lewis? Fournier with a long pack all the way. And that's the easiest icing call that's been made tonight.
I felt like there was a little bit more intensity from the Giants after that second Devils goal went in. And to be honest, that's something we've seen from them, certainly in this building, all season. Whenever the Devils have scored or gone ahead, the Giants have responded superbly. They've upped the intensity, they've brought a bit of niggle, they've put bodies to the net. And that time, yeah, maybe it was a little fortuitous, the goal, but it was that upped intensity which gave them the opportunity in the first place. And all credit to them. The Devils, they're in this game at 2-2, but they certainly need to match the Giants for intensity at times here.
Murphy. These are for Nickerson. Walser. Asselin. Lovely play by Asselin to Haddad, and Haddad shoots wide. Nickerson just trips a little bit there as he gets his own back, making sure Ulmer couldn't find a skating lane between himself and the net. Now the Giants will get a cycle going. That's cut out at the blue line.
To your point, Al, there has been a couple of games this season in this building that the Giants have won from behind. Perhaps most notably the home leg for the Devils of the Challenge Cup semi-final. Of course, ultimately the Devils were successful in going through that tie and winning the competition, but the Devils were a couple of goals up. Sean Benevolio had a great chance.
Lovely backhand play by Matt Toe, making Bounds work, and this is a good shift from the Giants' third line. Leduc with a shot, pad save Bounds.
And that's just testament to the Giants' character.
Another chance for Leduc, and this time he loses his balance and just has to get it to the corner. Giants starting to win a few more battles in and around the boards, but this time the Devils do. And here comes Mark Richardson. Vandermeer. Keith. Has taken a fortuitous deflection, but it was off the bench of the Giants.
If we just go back to Blake's story, because I must admit I'm a bit stone-hearted, but I don't think anybody could fail to admit they've been moved by that. Just the bravery, the spirit of that young man, and how the clubs have responded around him. There was a fantastic joint gesture from the Giants and the Steelers last week with the pictures on the ice, and that young man really has been an inspiration for everybody.
Yeah, John. And Martinelli can't get that puck out. Now Fournier right in front. Pickett was lurking. Murphy makes the save. Hit coming in from Martinelli. And there's Bordelot coming in. Bordelot is on Martinelli. He's not going to let that one go. Lewis is in there as well. Bordelot is asking to, well, I think he just wants a straight up fight here. But too many bodies in the way. But like a shark there, Bordelot stalked his prey from away.
His eyes lit up, didn't they, at the opportunity. To be honest, there really only should be one call here, and that's the initial, if there is going to be a call, it's the hit on Martinelli. I have no idea why Bordelot is going in. We assume there'll be whoever came in late for the Giants there. I've absolutely no idea why, because it was just a bit of a chat, a bit of a hug. There was no roughing.
Well, I'd like to see a replay of the hit as well, because initially when I was watching Martinelli came in, it looked like it was going to be shoulder to shoulder, whether Carney turned his back at the last minute, and certainly there was a hefty collision with the boards. But let's have a look at a replay of this. So Carney's battling for the puck there. Shoulder to shoulder. I don't think that's gone through the numbers, is it? Or am my eyes mistaken?
I don't think there's a lot wrong with it. I think in today's game, that's a hit that, with the force that it was made by Martinelli, that you probably don't make in today's game. That would be my only point. That in today's game, you let up on that hit a little bit. As much as I love those big physical defensemen, I would caveat it with that.
I absolutely take your point, and I throw this out to officials out there, because they will know better than me and any of the ex-players who tend to watch our webcast. But there's not a tremendous gap to the boards, Gaz, so I don't think it's boarding, and I don't think he's gone through the numbers. I think he's caught the back of the shoulder. I don't know, maybe 2+10 to check him from behind, but again, I'd like to be educated there, because I don't think Martinelli's done a whole lot wrong, and to that extent, I don't think Bordelot's done a whole lot wrong either.
Sorry, guys. Riley's trying to take Riley to the box, and in what I think is a great way of Shields inadvertently getting his teammate in trouble, he turned to the ref and he said, "You got the wrong guy." I read his lips perfectly, and now Martinelli was said, and Martinelli's actually having a shout across to Bordelot now. And we're going to have a little conversation between the two, it seems. I think the way Pickett ends up face to glass, doesn't he?
Is it just a boarding call?
His head hits the glass, his face is planted to the glass.
There's no point of contact with the head, and Carney, or is it, sorry, it is Pickett, absolutely right. I've been saying it's Carney, it's Pickett. There is a turn of the back at the last minute, but I think perhaps Martinelli is already committed to the check, and I don't know. I would like to hear more expert opinion than myself on that.
It's a boarding call.
So Martinelli gets 2 minutes for boarding, so it is boarding, and I think that's pretty much how we saw it up here, really. I think it's the kind of hit you probably just ease up on in today's game. Bordelot has had 2 minutes for roughing. I've got to be honest, I've got absolutely no idea where that call has come from.
There was a punch against the boards as he went in initially, and you know, again, it's much like the boarding call. You give the referee the littlest chance to call something, and he will. And well, we'll see what happens when these two gentlemen come out of the box in 2 minutes' time. But it's 4-on-4 for now. And the Giants have gone in deep to try and get a rush, but it's the Devils who turn it over. Martin. All the way back to Richardson, who's mishandled a little bit, but finds Andrew Hotham. Lane Ulmer. To Patrick Asselin. Now he finds Andrew Hotham. Hotham with a little bit of ice. Tries to find a little bit of space and can't find Lane Ulmer. And now the Giants have a chance. Demarais. Collision right there, centre ice, and well, Ice Arena Wales is claiming that it's a Giants infraction. I think it was maybe just a coming together. Demarais with a shot, that's wide. Intensity definitely picking up now. Garside, who's been absolutely phenomenal for me tonight. Rutherford. Demarais. Leduc with a shot, and that's gone wide as well. 25 seconds remaining of this 4-on-4. Demarais. Andrew Hotham does well though. Fournier just trying to find a little bit of space here. Finally does, and Andrew Hotham will settle this down. Last few seconds as that pass is a little loose from Andrew Hotham. That's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, unfortunately that little mistake there from Andrew Hotham has left his teammate in trouble on a penalty. Lane Ulmer having to stretch for that puck, ultimately losing the puck, and then gets a hooking call on the play. The Devils just continue to be slightly off the pace, which is perhaps understandable. They are the league champions. There has been an intense season, a week of celebration perhaps, but there are some unforced errors going on at the moment, which we haven't seen for the Devils for, well, around about 2 months.
So 1 second remains of 4-on-4. So as soon as this puck drops, Martinelli and Bordelot are going to be released. 4-on-3, of course. And that's going to be 5-on-3 as that's gone straight out.
Well, Dean Smith says deflection, so lack of intensity in the commentary box from us three as well tonight. It's been a long season.
I'm shocked.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it wasn't just me, was it?
No, I thought it was straight out.
I was having a look at the animals, to be fair.
Vandermeer approaching the last 2 minutes of the second period. Lovely stretch pass, and Murphy reads that well. Martin couldn't collect. Now the Giants step in over the blue line. Is Higgins to Leduc. Power play time for the Giants, of course, and a back door. Higgins.
How skilled is Chris Higgins? He's just thread the needle twice there, and if the Giants player on the back door, was it Colin Shields, perhaps had better ice? No, in fact, Blair Riley, but Chris Higgins, one of my favourite players to watch in the league. He can really do it all.
1 minute and 5 seconds remain on the power play for the Giants, as that's a loose pass from Rutherford. Now Brines putting the forecheck pressure on. But the Giants find a lane. And now they will set up on the power play again. Shields. "35 seconds of power play remain, and 52 seconds of the second period remain as Bordelot clears. One more chance to set up maybe for the Giants. Saviano. Just mishandled a little bit at the blue line by Riley, but he recovers. That is a loose pass, and probably a tired pass. The first one we've seen from the Giants through Demarais. 5 seconds remain on the power play. So the Devils back to full strength as he'll claim it was a dummy, but the Devils just can't get hold of the puck. Is there one last chance in the last few seconds? No, there isn't. We'll be going into the third as the last hit comes in. We'll be going into the third period all square. The Devils regained the lead through Sean Bentivoglio, but the Giants hit back through a goal that the Devils felt was contentious, but having a discussion with the goal judge and our replays, it was proven to be a correct goal. So we're going in at 2 apiece here.
Are we going to give Aled his moment?
You going to join me? So, It's pets time. And Kipper, Dave Newton, thanks so much for your... We haven't given us any names, Dave, but two wonderful cats. I am a cat man myself.
Don't tell me animals don't love you as well, John.
We're underway here. It's given away straight away. Shield sends it in. It's well blocked by Gleeson Fournier, though, as that was a really good chance early on for the Giants if they could have got it to the back door. Good work from Lane Ulmer, who took that one away. And now Patrick Aslin is in a board battle there. Joey Haddad. So Andrew Lord goes back to this line to start the third period. Mark Lewis throws his weight around there. Just trying to get the Devils going a little bit. But the Giants have come out well there and got some good zone time. And here we go with Jerome Leduc. He just got enough on it to get that one in for a chasing Gleeson Fournier, who will pick it up and, well, overhandle just a little bit. Good work from James Demarais, and the Giants go again. It's tipped out front, but it was wide that time from Blair Riley. Now Sean Bentivolio, 2 goals tonight. Matt Nickerson is up against Joey Haddad. Nickerson will send that one back to coach Derek Walter. Now Blair Riley. Riley with a nice head fake to get around Joey Martin, and it's over the far side with Michael Forney. Forney has it back now, down low, gets it out front. Looking to pull a move there was Chris Higgins, but it was taken away by Andrew Lord. And away is Joey Martin at speed, away from Chris Higgins. Drops it off for Andrew Lord. Nice pass from him. Hotham shoots. Saved by Stephen Murphy. Might have caught him in the mask there. That was a fine play on the breakout from the Cardiff Devils, but Murphy was equal to it.
Beautiful blind pass from Andrew Lord, but it was Sean Bentivolio who's been the Devils' best performer tonight. The speed at which he drove the net forced the Giants to collapse with him, leaving Hotham with all that room. Great pass from Lord.
Michael Forney there, nice drop pass of his own. Here's Matt Toe off the bench, but he mishandled, and the Devils will get it out to the zone. Denny Carney will look to put some pressure on, but Garside did well there to get that back to Ryan Martinelli. Martinelli, good lead pass from him, but Rutherford couldn't handle, and Josh Batch will have it back for the Devils. He made a nice play, and here's Denny Carney. Guillaume Doucette will get it back from him, but Garside will just help to get that away from him. Good pressure from Matthew Myers. Good bump from him too on Rutherford. Sent out front, but it was taken away by Matt Toe, who will get that one into the Devils' zone. Still with Matt Toe, plays it inside. David Rutherford still there on the doorstep. Fine save from Ben Bounds, and we'll get a whistle there. Rutherford is his usual self, and he got into a good position in front of Bounds, but it's still 2-2.
I have to say about Matt Toe, beginning of the year, I believe he was brought in temporarily at first and played his way onto the 4th line initially, but tonight I've been so impressed with the way he's influenced the game from the 3rd line. And I think, you know, he's been around for a while and maybe hasn't always reached the potential many thought he had, but tonight I thought it's been a really mature performance.
Well, of course, he retired in the summer upon leaving Guildford, and him and his wife moved to Belfast. I believe his wife has a job there, and Matt Toe, as you say, Gaz, came in a little bit on trial, a little bit as a temporary player at the start of the season, but played himself onto the roster, and a man of that work ethic and skill certainly retired too early in my eyes.
Bentivolio's out there on the 4th line with Bordlow and Brine, so we'll keep an eye on that. Andrew Lord likes to go in the 3rd period to an import on that 4th line, rotating in with Brine and Bordlow. And here's Gleeson Fournier looking to get the Jets in gear. He makes a nice play, but it was turned over. Well read by Adam Keefe, who'll send it right back in. But Bounds will cover, and we get a whistle with his, well, it was exactly 3 minutes, and then I was thwarted by that extra second on the clock.
If we just go back to that Bounds save as well, and I don't think we've got a replay of it, but when Rutherford was driving the net, Bounds had no idea where that puck was. It was only at the last second that he decided to throw himself across the goal, and that's just instinct more than anything, and the lateral movement was very good. And of course he did make that error on the Giants' 2nd goal, but just his natural instinct there I thought was absolutely superb, and he made a very big save.
James Demarais will step in up against Lane Ulmer, but it's Ulmer who wins it for the Devils, and here's Andrew Hotham. around the boards, and that Joey Haddad there will get that out of the zone for a chasing Patrick Aslin, who handles well, and Haddad is away, but there's an offside as Aslin was bundled into the zone, so we'll get another stoppage and another face-off.
Of course, Patrick Aslin's brother is normally an avid viewer of Ice Time TV, Gaz, but I believe he's actually in the building tonight.
He is. He's here for the weekend. We'll try and get a chat with him tomorrow, maybe, here on Ice Time TV. But it's good to have members of the Aslin family here. And he's done the David Bryan way of Cardiff by being a full-on tourist. A lot of good pictures of the beautiful scenery. It's been a lovely day in Cardiff. The first day of spring, some would say.
Steve Saviano will send that one in. I've spent the entirety of it indoors as well, so there we go. James Demarais looks to turn on a 6-foot, does fantastic work. Look at that from Demarais there. He had absolutely no real estate to work with, but he came out of the corner well. Anyway, here are the Devils, off a lucky bounce really, but they'll go here. Joey Haddad gets it in on goal. It's well saved by Stephen Murphy. As we're 4 minutes in now, and both sides are sensing an opportunity to get it done. Shot fired in off a one-timer from Haddad. It was wide of Stephen Murphy. Out front again, Bentivoglio scores! A hat-trick goal for Sean Bentivoglio makes it 3-2 Cardiff Devils.
Well, he has been the Devils' best performer tonight. Sean Bentivoglio ghosting in with a beautiful finish. I love the work of Joey Haddad there, the quick release, and Murphy was caught on his back foot again, and then the Devils recycled the puck very well. Bentivoglio, I believe, jumping off the bench, coming late. So again, there isn't coverage there. It's a lovely pass to him. It's another quick release and another great finish. But when the Devils do play at speed, that's when they're at their most dangerous.
Great night for Bentivoglio. 3 very different goals that he scored tonight. Just shows the versatility of the man. And, well, Belfast are very good responders when they go behind. Let's see what they have here.
Look at the Giants straight away. We see that big effort. It's Mark Garside this time. It's so familiar now, the Giants. Every time they concede a goal, they have that good pushback from the next couple of shifts. Important for the Devils that they resist that for a couple of shifts as well and maintain that lead. Josh Batch will go back. That's Bentivoglio's 18th of the season. And then we get a collision there, and that was a lost edge, but that'll be heart in the mouth stuff for Devils fans after Ben Bounds has returned from a recent injury.
I like that communication there from Dean Smith to the players. He understandably knew that the Giants player, no malicious there at all, just lost his edge and crashed into bounds. And he was signaling straight away that he didn't want any of the Devils players to converge on that situation, because Forney was just simply trying to get on the forecheck, lost an edge, and crashed into bounds. So, you know, sometimes referees get a little bit of stick, but I like the communication there from Dean Smith.
So it's Brandon Benedict that time who wins the draw for the Giants, and in goes Jerome Leduc. Leduc sends it out front. Good save from Bounds, but deflection was there if the Giants would pick up on it, but it was the Devils, and now they go on the rush. Carney sends it in, and Murphy did well there because that was a great bit of play from Guillaume Doucette going straight to the net, but Murphy held on.
That is a monstrous stick that Denny Carney has. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but that stick is... I don't know, he pack handles with that thing.
Indeed. Matthew Myers wins the draw. Back it goes to Scott Hoffman through traffic. It was well blocked out front, and still a chance though for the Devils, but the Giants do clear the zone now. And we get another whistle to add to our collection this evening.
I really like David Rutherford though. He makes himself a pest. He gets under people's skin. He plays in the corner there. He just had a little bit of he's had a confrontation with Andrew Hotham all season. He just had another little bump with Scott Hotham there, trying to take him off his game. And I suppose he is a little bit of a rink rat, but he puts points on the board. And you need that type of sandpaper player in your lineup. And I think David Rutherford fits that bill perfectly.
Here is David Rutherford on the puck now. That's a beautiful backhand play as well, over to the far side. In goes Jim Vandermeer. He'll chase that one, put a bump in as well. The Devils have got to work in their own zone. They do well with Scott Hotham. Good work from Brandon Benedict on him though. Matthew Myers has got work to do now. Good play there again. He's a Rutherford and Benedict, they just complement each other so well, don't they? It's so similar in a lot of ways. You can see why that's a good matchup for the Giants on that third line. Here's Jerome Leduc. Leduc fires it around the boards. Josh Batch has got a battle there up against Jonathan Boxhill. Bit of help comes from Adam Keefe. Well, there's a call on the play here, and it's going to go against the Belfast Giants. So Ben Bowes will skate off. Seemed a little bit more unfortunate rather than anything else. It was. How did you see that, John?
It's going to be a tripping call. Keefe lost his stick, but it was in the skates of the Devils player. So certainly, I don't think again intentional, but I suspect Adam Keefe is going to sit 2 minutes for tripping.
So the Devils have possession of the puck here with Bounds pulled. They go 6 on 5, but Stephen Murphy will get a hold of that puck. We do get a whistle eventually then. 13:27 left in the third, and the Devils will go to the power play for the second time tonight. Adam Keefe will sit for 2.
A power play goal here, gents, could, while maybe not sew up the game, you would think maybe sew up the conference, because if this game does go to overtime, that point will be enough for the Devils to claim the conference title. So at 4-2, you could certainly see the Giants getting back at 4-all, but maybe not 5-4. So let's see what happens on this power play.
They go to work. Fournier gets it over to Patrick Aslin. Nice source of pass from him to Scott Hotham. Through traffic, fought off by Stephen Murphy, and it found a way through to the glass behind him. Over with Joey Haddad now. Haddad gets that one in for Aslin. The Giants are putting pressure on, but the Devils will go to work. Here's Scott Hotham. Looked to make a pass, but it was taken away from him, and that's good play on the far side from Derek Walter.
With Scott Hotham's release, probably the best release on the back end for the Devils. Perhaps really should have put that on net, but he saw a man going back door. The shooting lane hadn't been closed down for him, but he tried to make the pretty play. If he had that one back, I suspect the puck would have gone on net.
Joey Haddad kept it in from Ryan Martinelli, and he'll make a nice play on the boards to keep a hold of the puck. Good play over to Gleason Fournier, but he just mishandled it. Here's Lane Ulmer though. Ulmer sends it out. That was good play from Scott Hotham to use his skates. It's just not quite happening for the Devils at the moment. It's so close to creating that opportunity. The Giants will not clear though with 57 seconds left. Straight in, it's fired that time, and it will come out of the zone this time.
You have to talk about Joey Haddad again. You talk about all the facets of his game. His release is something perhaps we haven't spoken about, but it's fantastic. It's quick, it's powerful. He gets a lot of velocity behind his shot.
What a play from Bentivoglio! What a chance for Andrew Lord off the no-look pass from Joey Martin. That would have been a quite incredible goal if it had got in. Still a chance though. Bentivoglio shoots it, flashes across the net of Stephen Murphy. 25 seconds left on the power play. Andrew Hotham sends it in. Martinelli will get it out of the zone with help from Brandon Benedict. How about that chemistry between Martin and Bentivoglio? Here is Joey Martin. Gets it to Andrew Lord. Offside is a call. 8 seconds left on the power play.
Well, of course, Joey Martin referred to that in the midweek interview we did with him, Al, that it's really been enjoyable playing with Sean Bentivoglio. Both heads-up players, both intelligent hockey players who can play make, who can dish the puck. And certainly you've got to go back again and say that secondary presence the Devils had with a Martin-Bentivoglio combination, and then of course Aslin, Haddad and Ulmer was ultimately timely and so crucial in winning the league title.
And interestingly as well, Martin revealed that himself and Bentivoglio from a similar area, but also play a bit of hockey in the summer together. A lot of summers back home in Canada, so a real bonus for the Devils to have that kind of chemistry between the two halfway through the season. That one gets chipped in by Myers, who might get another chance. The Giants are back to full strength with Blair Riley. Out front it goes though, and now they can come away at speed if they can make it work. Here's Chris Higgins. Going to the net is Blair Riley, but that's a good drop pass. In on goal. Forney tries to go through 4 Devils players. It almost just seemed like it was just going to happen for Forney there, but eventually the Devils did enough.
That's the best line for the Giants though. Riley brings body size and presence and speed. Forney brings speed, and Higgins just brings absolute skill, and that is Belfast Giants' go-to line tonight.
Here they go again. Higgins did enough. Martinelli sends it in, but he gives it up, and the Devils can come away with Patrick Bordelow. We've got their fourth line out there against the Giants' big line right now, but they might just do something here. David Bryan will shoot and almost scores. Bordelow has another go at it, and it was almost a carbon copy of the first goal in the sense that Murphy flapped at it, but in the end did enough. Here's Colin Shields into the zone. Drop play to Desmarais, has it back now. Shields with Andrew Hotham, gets it back to Desmarais. Desmarais tries to get it out front, but Bordelow made a nice cut-out play, and Bryan can clear. Martinelli just slaps that one into the zone. Chasing is James Desmarais, but Mark Richardson just faked him with the shoulder, and away come the Devils here. 2-on-2 situation. Aslin is in the zone, goes cross ice to Joey Haddad up against Desmarais. Haddad still a hold of the puck with Haddad, looks to do something inside and still has it. Look at that body position, sends it in on goal, but it was wide, and the Giants will clear with David Rutherford. Rutherford has got Steve Saviano jumping into the play, but Gleason Fournier took it away from him, and Leduc will have to go back.
The little things that Andrew Hotham does, though, that whole Devils rush was created by a fantastic play in the defensive zone by Hotham.
Now a chance for the Giants. Leduc sends it in, but Gleason Fournier gets there and gets it past him. But what a joyous moment. Another icing.
Well, we're into the last 10 minutes of this third period, and we discussed how much the Giants would want this extra seed, and I think we're about to find out, because they've got 9 minutes and 7 seconds in which to give themselves a chance to take that seed in, so they can take this battle to tomorrow.
I believe, guys, Dundee are playing tonight. I was wondering if anyone in the truck has an update on the score with Dundee, whether they've potentially clinched their playoff position tonight.
Matt Nickerson with the puck now for the Belfast Giants. You just go to Derek Walser there, the ever-present partnership of Nickerson and Walser, at least when they're both in the lineup. We've seen Nickerson miss a couple of games. Here's Chris Higgins, though. He gave it up, and here's Bentivoglio for the Devils. Now Josh Batch, nice lead pass from him. That one gets sent in. Chasing is Joey Martin. Up against Walser, goes over to Nickerson. Nickerson around the boards. And it's there for the Giants now. Could go 3-on-2 if they're quick. Chris Higgins, though, goes over to the far side. Slap pass there over to Blair Riley. Took it well, but then he gave it up, and away is Andrew Law. A little bit of river hockey. That one got turned over. And offside is the call. And with 8:08 left, we get another whistle.
And in the race for the final playoff spot, Dundee in the third period currently lead 5-3. So Dundee, if they can hold on to that, I'm not sure how long is left, but it's looking like Dundee will secure their playoff place today, which would then make a Super Sunday shootout tomorrow between Manchester and Coventry, in which Coventry have to better Manchester's result to make it.
Who's your money on, folks?
Well, I was just going to say as well, just looking at the table here, that would put Dundee. No, that would put Dundee 3 points ahead of Manchester as well. So that would secure them 7th place as well. So the Devils would then know that they're either playing Coventry or Manchester.
Absolutely. Well, if the Nottingham Panthers of post-Christmas are still very much here, then I can see a sold-out Storm Shelter allowing them to get the result that they need. Coventry need to really show up, and they haven't done this year. So my Manchester would be my bet at this stage.
It's a hard one because, of course, we've got friends in both camps, and Manchester have done such a great job, and Neil Russell's done a great job at Coventry. Pete Ballinger, Ed Kimberley, Stu Cole's always so helpful to us. So, I don't know, may the best team win.
Gleason Fournier there goes over to Mark Lewis. That one gets sent around the boards. Guillaume Doucette now gets it back to Gleason Fournier. Tries to get it through, but Matt Toe will get that one away, and it's back with Matthew Myers now. Gleason Fournier just does enough there, and will chip that one in. Good sensible play from him, and I think big bump from Bordelow. That kind of play there, from Fournier, just indicative of the second half of his season, really, where he's just made so many right decisions for the Cardiff Devils. We know how talented he is offensively, but those defensive decisions as well have seen him really rise to the elite defenseman in the league. Might be a chance for the Devils now. Cross-ice play to Patrick Bordelow, but it evaded him, and the Giants will come away with Adam Keefe, who gets sent to the ice by Patrick Bordelow there. And those two have gone already this season, of course, as well. Huge credit to both men in that one in the SSE in Belfast. Yes, Josh Batch there did enough. Good bit of help there from Luke Piggott, who was alert to the play there, and Batch now can make a slightly more productive pass to Lane Ulmer. He gets it back from him. Now Scott Hotham looking for to set the Devils away, but that's great work there from Saviano. The Giants in on goal. Shoot! Fine save from bounds. Another chance for Demeray. Looks for the wraparound try. Still there. What a defensive bit of work there by Patrick Aslin it was on the back check. What a fine bit of play from him. It sets up the Giants though for a chance at a push. Bounds just mishandles the glove, and the Devils will get a chance to clear, and they don't ice the puck this time. Vandermeer, well, no, they do. I spoke too soon. Bit too much steam on it. So we'll come all the way back in the Devils zone.
Well, there was a neutral zone press there from the Giants, and Scott Hotham just did not have an outlet pass. He didn't have a passing lane to go into at all, and the Giants are now trying to activate, trying to force the pace a little, even when they haven't got the puck. And as you say, Al, that was great defensive work by Patrick Aslin, stopping the wraparound as Ben Bounds was out of position.
We're getting a timeout here, guys.
Devils taking a timeout. I think this is good because Scott Hotham and Josh Batch have been on a long shift there, so maybe just taking a little bit of time as I think that Andrew Lord just wants to get his troops' heads together.
My God, it's shirt off his back time in the building. And multiple shirts, I believe, as well tonight. Is that right?
Every shirt.
Every shirt. So, goodness me.
Multiple shirts with one lucky winner.
Fingers crossed, yeah. Good thing Todd Kelman hasn't got the headphones on.
There's a couple of 1-4-4s close to each other.
Chris Higgins shoots it through. There was a groan in the arena there. It had absolutely nothing to do with the game on the ice. It was because the numbers on the screen disappeared. And the good news is there is a clear separation between all of those numbers. Well, in a sort of random way, not in a deliberate way. Don't want to start any rumours.
150010 is my favourite number as well, so I'd
could have been your ticket, guys.
Could have been mine.
Andrew Lord, nice tip there. Took a bump there from Matt Nickerson, who finished hard on him from behind, and Joey Martin has it now, but it's back with Matt Nickerson, who does enough to get it out of the zone. Here comes Chris Higgins, nice play from him, but Forney, what a no-look play from him over to Derek Walter. Back to Blair Riley, through traffic, but his stick broke on him, and it was bad luck as well. Here's Andrew Lord, but a good defensive play by Matt Nickerson. What a play from him. And he bailed his team out there off the bad luck with Blair Riley's stick.
Yeah, two defensemen showing their worth there. First of all, great pass from Hotham, seeing the split there in the defense and getting it quickly released to Lord. But Nickerson showing that skating ability, Gaz, we referenced before the game started. He was behind Lord in that foot race, but he got himself back in position. He was able to create separation, and Matt Nickerson continues to be one of the most underrated players in the league. Yeah,
absolutely, and I can see him having another stint in a Giants uniform next year. I don't think he is a hindrance to their ambitions in the slightest. I think that he's a kind of guy you won't run the locker room, the kind of guy who'll stick up for anyone. He'll take on anyone in this league, and you know, as we've referenced time and time again tonight, he is more than capable with the puck at his stick and his skating ability. Great player, Matt Nickerson. Good to see him still in the league.
Devils win the draw there. Key draw again. Matthew Myers. He's so good, isn't he, at that? Martinelli for the Giants in their own zone though. Now Matt Toe. Gets it out. Gleeson Fournier's got to get there. He does, ahead of David Rutherford. And it gets sent in. The Devils just looking to maybe protect this lead now and claim that conference title. 3 out of 4 it would be. And like we said at the top of the programme, it has all the more weight to it now, that conference title for the Devils in search of this Grand Slam. Guillaume Doucet, nice play from him. Carney shoots, deflected, they score! Matthew Myers makes it 4-2 Devils in the third.
Well, it's a Saturday night, so that must mean it's another Cardiff Devils trophy, I guess. Perhaps they've clinched the game here, although there's still time left on the game clock. That one is a little bit of puck luck, and the Devils perhaps have earned that puck luck. Carney gains the zone and puts the puck on net, and Matthew Myers, just in his skating lane, deflects that puck. Gaz, wait to see the replay. I'm not sure he knows a whole lot about that, but it changes the direction enough to fool Stephen Murphy, and I think it goes through the 5-hole.
I don't know. I think you may be doing him a disservice. I think his stick was out waiting for it. I think he maybe knew more about that than we maybe think. So be interested to see the replay. But well, it's the Devils are closing in on this conference title. It's something they won last year, although you wouldn't know it. They didn't tell anyone or release any merchandise or even raise a banner for it. But it'll be a bit more special this year.
I think only 3 people in Cardiff have seen the trophy.
Chance out for a big save bounce, still there on the doorstep. It was the 8th of the season for Matthew Myers in the league. You'll get assists on that goal to Denny Carney and Guillaume Doucet. And the Champioles.
So we're seeing the replays. There's incidents at the bench, which I'll go back to Alan Gaz for. But yeah, Gaz, I bow to you there. I think Myers changes the angle of his stick to direct that play. So credit to Matthew Myers and credit to Carney for getting that puck on net.
Demarais, just on the Giants bench, obliterated his stick against the bench, against the wall. I'm not really sure why he was so frustrated, but that was a tantrum worthy of
Paul Thompson.
Yeah, he is up there with Tom. I was earlier. Well, which one? But yeah, I don't know what got into Demarais there, but not a happy bunny.
Well, Demaray's got a great will to win. We like him a lot in this commentary box, along with Joey Haddad. I think he's the best player in the league, playing down low, protecting the puck and making plays, and maybe just that competitive spirit. He's frustrated right now that the Giants haven't won the league title and are behind in this game.
It's possible as well. I don't know if an announcement's been made officially, but it's quite possible it could be Demarais' last season as well, so you can bet that he's going to want to go out on a high. Although I haven't seen an official announcement, John. I don't know if you can shed any light on that.
I haven't seen one, and I hope not, because he'd be a loss to Elite League ice hockey and a player I always enjoy watching.
The Devils get out of the zone. Again, just preserving things now as, again, the chant of Champioles goes around the arena. It looks like it's going to be 3 from 4. Might be a chance. Higgins, what a play from him! Only the kind of play Chris Higgins can make. He dazzled his way through the Devils' defence, but perhaps just indicative of the Giants' night. It just didn't work out for him. Here's Joey Martin now. He's got Sean Bentivolio. Martin with the brakes on. Just manages the puck and the game so well, Joey Martin. Gleeson Fournier will send that one in as we approach 2 minutes left in this one. Here's David Rutherford, still skating well. Toe gets that one in, but it's fired in again. Bounds has got to make a save. Another chance, they score! We got a 4-3 hockey game here with just over 2 left.
And credit to the Giants. They've been coming on strong since that 4th Devils goal. The Devils there was a hand pass in the zone, and the Devils players didn't go to touch the puck, obviously, which would result in a whistle. But I think in that circumstance, just have the game blown dead. But the Giants were quicker to that situation, and the puck was fired home with a great wrist shot at some velocity. And we spoke too soon. This game is wide open, and the Giants are certainly gunning for this. I think it was Rutherford, was it, who had the release on that?
Rutherford, who's been Great play from him, well deserved as well. He's been superb tonight, David Rutherford, and good to see him get rewarded for that. Matthew Myers gets that one in the zone. We get an offside. 1:40 left now.
Of course, the Giants still have their timeout left, and with 1 minute and 40 seconds left on the clock, you suspect at some time they'll want to construct a play and get Stephen Murphy to the bench. But there's the hand pass, and maybe Matthew Myers is just a little bit lax on that play. So, but again, credit to Rutherford. He stays with the play where maybe the Devils had switched off a little, and he has been bright all night.
Chris Higgins gets it to Jerome Leduc. Back to Higgins. Kick save from bounds there, sent it away from his goal. Stephen Murphy's looking to go here. He's well out of his crease. Fired in again. Now Murphy goes. Sent in on bounds. He made a save. We got a loose glove on the ice. There was a big shot block there from Mark Richardson as well. Goodness me, how many's he made this season? And we'll see an offensive zone face-off for the Giants, which will see Murphy stay on the bench, so they'll go 6 on 5.
Well, I suspect we will see the timeout now, yes. Dean Smith makes that signal, so Rob Stewart's got the whiteboard in hand, whether he gives it to Walter. Yeah, Walter, of course, a master at this, such a skilled player. All those games with Columbus and in the DEL, KHL, AHL. He's going to draw a play now and get his big guns on the ice.
Mike Cornell doesn't want to be part of the timeout. He's come over to ask why the referee stopped that blew the play dead in that last passage of play. So I don't think he's expecting to play any more minutes, is he?
No, I suspect not. But you sense Leduc might be key on this, either dishing the puck or that bomb of a shot he's got. I suspect the Giants might key on him on this play. He can dish the puck as well as I've seen any defenseman pass the puck in this league this season. And as Aled referenced earlier, he really does have a bomb of a release. Look for the Giants to try and get traffic to the net and then key on him.
So it's Blair Riley who's entrusted with this face-off draw for the Giants. For the Devils, it's Lane Ulmer, and he wins it for the Devils. He's so good there, Lane Ulmer. Now they've got to work to get out of the zone. Haddad does get it out of the zone. It won't go to the net, though. With 1:15 left, the puck is with Leduc. Leduc goes over to Saviano there. We'll try and get in with speed, Saviano. He does so. Around the boards for Blair Riley, in a battle on the boards. It just skipped over the stick of Saviano. It gives Haddad time now to just kill some more seconds. Under a minute to go. 6 on 5 for the Giants. They get it in. Bounds will cover, though. We'll get another draw with exactly 53 seconds left.
Just for a moment, Gaz, I didn't know whether Ben Bounds was thinking send the puck the whole length of the ice and claim a goal.
But the only thing we haven't seen this year, isn't it? A goalie score a goal.
I think he made the right call there. Freeze the puck and get everyone back in position.
I once saw Peter Aubrey try to score against Hull and turn the puck over, and they scored the equaliser. It wasn't pretty.
Oh, one of those losses against Hull back in the day. The Devils get out of the zone this time. Andrew Lord there with a good hustle up against the player coach against player coach. It was Walser. The Giants have the puck back now. 39 seconds left. The Devils have got key penalty killers out there. Bryan and Martin and Lord, Hoffam and Richardson. They're used to this situation. Can the Giants do something though? 28 seconds left. It's there for Andrew Lord, who just gets it out of the zone. He thought about the shot again, but in the end he made the safe play wide.
Yeah, I didn't want to give away that icing call. Just hockey IQ there, I think, from Andrew Lord.
Time left then, 15 seconds. The Devils do get it out of the zone. It drifts towards the net, but that time it will be an icing, and we'll come all the way back with 9 seconds left.
I think this is the time we say that even if an equaliser goes in here, the chances of 2 more goals are very slim. So the conference title is, to all intents and purposes, with the Devils now.
Excellent point, guys.
I suppose the next big question will be, will we see it or not tonight?
Are we taking the sweets out of it?
We're going to get a reset here. It's David Bryan who's going to take the draw up against Blair Riley. He's the go-to guy in the circle for the Belfast Giants. There's a second come off the clock there as well. The Giants are certainly asking.
Well, I think the Giants have got a point. That was a dead play, so I think a second should go back on the clock and look to see the... they're asking for 2, but I'm sure it was at 9 seconds before, wasn't it? Look for the Giants to crowd the circle here and look to get a quick release. Really keying on Riley to win this face-off. I suspect the Devils centre man might just try and tie this up.
David Bryan there does a good job. He just tied it up. He took the puck away from the Giants. 5 seconds left. The Devils not out of the zone though. Shields sends it in. Still there for the Giants. Higgins will get out front. Might be a chance for Leduc, but he can't put it away. And it is the Cardiff Devils who win 4-3 against the Belfast Giants. And to add to that Challenge Cup and to add to that monumental league title they won last week in Sheffield, they are indeed yet again champions. This time it's champions of the Earhart Conference, but crucially it's 3 out of 3. There's one more to go. Could this season get any more special? It might just do that.
I guess if I'm right, this is the first regular season Grand Slam. No one's won a Challenge Cup, a conference title, and a league title. So history already made. We were talking, John, this would be the 5th playoff championship were they to win. So the drive for 5 is back on.
Yeah, we didn't annoy anybody with that, did we? So
has that ever stopped us before?
no, we've been commentating for 3 years. Credit to the Belfast Giants coming over here tonight, and yes, there was a drop of intensity, but that was still a knife-edge hockey game, and the Giants were a part of that, and a couple of stand-up performances for me, and Higgins, Riley and Rutherford. I suspect one of those 3 will probably take home the honours of man of the match, but the Devils just continue to find ways to win. Even tonight when they weren't at their silky best, their intense nature was dropped somewhat, but they found a way to win. The bandwagon rolls on, and this crowd in Ice Arena Wales are absolutely delighted.
Just feels like a special season, doesn't it? The 30th anniversary, the Devils win that elusive league championship, their first in 20 years, a massive Challenge Cup win over their bitter rivals, the Sheffield Steelers, in this building, and another win against the Belfast Giants. That's been so key. You look at the season series between the Devils and the Steelers, the series between the Devils and the Giants, and the Devils have certainly come to play in those big games. It's 3 out of 3. Could they do the unthinkable perhaps and go and win 4 from 4? They're certainly playing well enough to do it heading into those playoffs.
Of course, when the Devils won their last Grand Slam in 92-93, they also won the Southern Cup, comprising of Slough, Swindon, Basingstoke and Cardiff. So it just wouldn't be as great for me again as to not win the Southern Cup. Maybe we can get a mini tournament organised quickly. But no, of course, we are saying this very tongue-in-cheek. There is a long way to go in terms of securing a playoff title and a lot of quality teams to get through.
But what about that Earhart Conference title? We just wait for the Belfast Giants Man of the Match award, and it is Colin Shields who picks up the Man of the Match award for the Belfast Giants. And well, that's a decision that's been made, John. You look slightly confused by it. Are you going to get stuck into Todd Kelman?
Not at all. I bow to Todd Kelman's judgment, and Colin Shields is a player I admire greatly who's had many fine games in Cardiff this season. I just thought there were 3 other standout players who might have got the nod before them, but we'll see the Belfast Giants again tomorrow, so we won't wrap up for the season, but we should just say that they've been great visitors to this building this year. The Belfast Giants fans have been great visitors. Of course, they're here in numbers for this weekend, and every game up to this one perhaps has been absolutely high quality. This one lacked a little bit of intensity, but it was still a knife-edge game.
Let's talk about that Earhart Conference title, though, briefly, because not only does it potentially help complete that set for the Devils, but in reality it is the stronger conference by winning the league, but also having that Earhart Conference title to back it up in terms of that record of the performance against the other top teams, you would say, in the Elite League. It just backs that up that yes, indeed, the Devils are the best team.
Absolutely, and I'd just like to say I can see the trophy. It is down in the penalty box with Neil Francis, so it will be presented tonight. But to your point, Al, I think I've always found it odd that there's been different conference champions to those that finish top of the pile. I always think that there should be synergy between those 2 competitions, and I just think it just puts the exclamation mark onto the league title.
Guys, for the criticism that Derek Walser took earlier in the season, it looks like at the moment the Belfast Giants are waiting on their blue line to see the Devils presented with the trophy, and I think that's a mark of great respect, and I tip my hat to the Belfast Giants, the coach Walser there, a mark of sheer respect, and very thanks to the Belfast Giants for that gesture towards the Cardiff Devils.
Absolutely, he did take his licks, Walser, for the anthem situation as Mark Richardson does show the crowd that he has it in his hand. But yeah, you have to give praise where you also give criticism, and well done to the Belfast Giants there.
And here's the moment that Mark Richardson will parade that trophy around to the fans. They're getting used to it here, seeing trophies paraded around. I suspect it won't be handed to every member of the team to show off. But a nice touch for the Devils as well there. Of course, Jake Morissette is the club captain here. Mark Richardson has fulfilled that role superbly in Morissette's absence since the injury. Lovely moment for him and the club to say, let's let Richie have this one.
Smile boys, I might get in this one.
As We Are the Champions rings out around Ice Arena Wales yet again. And do we dare to dream?
Well, 3 weeks ago we asked Sean Bentivoglio, 1 down, 3 to go. I guess the question tonight as man of the match when we interview him is,